Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make your very own spruce wood survival house. I have also designed the inside of the house for you as well, but you'll have to wait until the end of the video to see it. Here are all of the materials that you will need to make your house. Please do make sure that you have access to all those materials and enough of them as well. And now that we have all of that stuff, we can get started. So the first thing that we have to do in making our house is place down a dark oak plank. Right of that, place 3 upside down dark oak stairs. 1, 2, 3. Then place 3 dark oak planks going right. 1, 2, 3. Then extend backwards by 2. 1, 2. And then extend to the right by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extend back 1. Right 1, then destroy 2 blocks in the ground and replace them with whatever material you may want to use on the inside. I think that I'm going to be using some spruce. The reason for that is because we then want to place a double door on top of that area. Right of the double door, place dark oak planks, and then we can extend those planks backwards by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're then going to extend to the right, aka across the back of the build also by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Extend towards you, and then extend to the right by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then towards you. Once again, we need a double door, so I'm going to destroy 2 blocks in the ground, replace it with spruce wood, and then I'm going to chuck dark oak doors on there. I'm then going to place a dark oak wood plank, 2 upside down dark oak stairs, a window is going to go there, and then a dark oak plank, and then we can extend all that towards the front of the build. So the end result of this should look like this. So now that we have done that, I feel as though it's time for us to add a little bit of detail. So let's build up the actual walls a bit. On top of the block that started off this build, right at the very start, I want you to place 3 spruce planks. 1, 2, 3. I then want you to extend them to the right, and then down on the opposite side of the front of the build. I want you to leave a gap of 1 where we have this gap here, and I want you to place a vertical row of spruce. I'm going to fill these 2 gaps in here using black stained glass pane. Feel free to use any glass. I want to place oak trapdoors along the top of these 2 windows, like this. We are then going to move to the right, and we're going to extend the right side of the window backwards along the frame. We're then going to place a row of spruce wood that sits on top of the dark oak planks of the next part of the build. We then want to extend upwards by 2, 1, 2, and then we want to extend left, join back down, and then we can fill this little gap in here. So that's a nice little window. You can completely extend this row of 3 backwards so that it sits along the frame. The end of the row of 3 on the window, almost as if we are cutting off this area to the right, you can place those spruce woods. I want you to place 2 spruce wood on top of the remaining area to the right. So on top of every single block here, we're going to place 2 spruce woods, except for the door. In an ideal world, I would have black stained glass block. However, I seem to have forgot it, but I'm going to place glass above the door. We're going to use stone brick slabs, and I'm going to demonstrate how these roofs are going to go. Stone brick slabs are going to be placed on the front and back part of this small part of the building, and they're going to extend across and hang 1 row over like this. We're then going to extend the blocks upwards and inwards gradually until we eventually reach a peak with the roof. On the side of the build here, I'm going to place just 1 dark oak plank just in the center of the roof area, and that will lead to a very, very small minute detail on the side, but it's one that I wanted to add. We're going to extend all of the stone brick slabs inward so that they would connect to this part of the house. So this is what we want to have so far. You can see it's just a very minor detail, but it does make it look a bit more interesting. Feel free to add a window or anything of the like on the back of the house here. You could add shutters, you could add whatever. It's completely up to you. I'm adding a small window. So that is looking pretty good. Well, what do we want to do next? Let's come to the back of the house and let's apply some details. This particular part of the house on the back is the same as the front, so what you can do is extend the bottom of the spruce row all the way to the right. You can extend these two end blocks upwards, as you can see we did on the front, join it together at the top, glass pane in the middle. We can take this area just to the right and place spruce wood planks here, extending upwards, right of the door. However, the spruce wood planks actually only want to be one row higher than the doorway. As a matter of fact, if you take the top area here, extend it across and then join it down to the frame, you'll actually do yourself a bit of a favour, as we want to take this area right of the door. We want to take the planks and place two spruce planks on top of this area. We want to fill the right side of this area in with black stained glass pane. Above the door would once again, in an ideal world, be glass block, but however, I don't have it on me. And now that we have this, we can now go to the front of the build. Or actually, we can fill in this entire left side using spruce planks if we wanted to. So, just like this. Okay, so now you can see we've actually gone and done a nice little bit of the house now. So we're going to come towards this inward corner on the front of the build. You guys can see exactly where it is. It's where the front corner of the build kind of extends back and then fans out to the right side of the build. Well, we're going to take this corner block and we're going to extend it upwards by 4 using spruce planks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Stick a dark oak wood plank on top and extend backwards by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can then extend down using spruce planks. You will see this will join to the back of the house in this manner. We can then extend the dark oak planks across and then join down using spruce wood planks to make a square. I've done that in the reverse order. I actually placed the spruce wood to meet the dark oak planks, but you guys get the idea, I think. So now that we have done that, I'm actually going to fill the entire right and left side of this shape in using spruce wood planks. So in doing this, we can set ourselves up for a little bit more of the house. So you see, this house is divided into a few different roofs, as are most of my houses. This roof here that is placed above this kind of very symmetrical area of the house is made in the same way as this roof just down below. However, it is literally just like half a row's gap away. Or as a matter of fact, is it a little bit higher than that? No, I do actually think it is just literally that half a row's gap like this. There we go. That's looking pretty good. And it wants to be made in the same way. So you want to take the top of this middle part of the house, you want to place stone brick slabs across it, and then once it overhangs, you want to extend up and in, up and in, up and in. You guys get the idea until you eventually hit this part. Any exposed slabs, which you can see, there's just like 3 half-exposed slabs there, half-exposed blocks. You guys get the idea. We're going to fill that in using dark oak planks, and then we're going to place the rest of the stone brick slab. So that will join to the end of the house, the biggest part of the house, the living space, some may say. I don't call it that, I call it big part house. And the technical name for it, it's how it's referred to by scientists, big part of the house. And we're going to place all of the stone brick slabs like this. So you can see you get kind of like a nice layered effect with the roof, and it's not too substantial. You just get a little bit on the side, a little bit of a gap. So now that we've done that, we are going to seal up the front of the house a little bit. So if you start from the top, this is quite easy. You want to place yourself a row of 3 glass underneath the bottom of the row of dark oak planks. So 1, 2, 3 glass, spruce wood plank, 1 glass, and then extend it all down by one row. So all the glass, all of the plank, all of the one of them, and then place spruce wood planks underneath the entire thing horizontally, just like this. And then just as with the lower windows, as they are copies, we want to place oak trapdoors just up above them like this. See, the cool thing about this as well, we can do the roof for this area. It's basically an extension of this roof. You basically want to extend these stone brick slabs just forwards to sit on the side of the spruce area, and these slabs are extended forwards, and then again up and in, up and in, up and in, until eventually they reach a very natural peak, just like this. And then, if you like, you can place yourself a little bit of dark oak planks just behind, or you could start a little bit higher, it's up to you, or you could not place it at all. This entire build can be, although I like the base being spruce wood dark oak planks rather, I like the base being that, but it's not necessarily necessary that you have to include anywhere else as dark oak planks. I just kind of like it. It gives kind of like, I don't know, like an Oreo effect, like just like on one end and the other end it's kind of like a nice dark colour, and then we've kind of got like the light colour in the middle. I like it, you might not, it's up to you, feel free to change it. Anyway, now that we've done that on the front, we are going to come to the back, and we're actually going to be doing a very similar thing, as you might imagine. We're going to copy what we have on the front, so we're going to place a couple of rows of spruce wood planks, as you can see we have on the front. We're going to have the same split, and then we're going to have the black glass pane in the empty spaces with the same oak trapdoors up above. We can make the rest of the roof, so the roof is, well, it's the same as every other roof, quite literally. Like, you place the stone brick slabs on the side, make sure it overhangs like this, so overhangs the side like this, you make sure it overhangs, you extend it on and up, in and up, in and up, in and up, and you guys get the idea, until eventually it just kind of like connects together on both sides. It doesn't really require any sort of working out at all. It's really just kind of like a roof that you can just kind of like, just make some of it, see if it looks right. Oh, good, it does, and then there you go. That's all you have to do. So we can join the front and the back. By the way, it's easier to use stone bricks as well as the stone brick slabs for the blocks that are indeed stone bricks. As you guys know, every other block that you place using slabs, if you build them up, is a brick. So that is how math works, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but we are going to have something which should look like that. So as you can see, the front of the house is almost 100% made, has a little bit of detail that we can add to it, but the back of the house is where things get a little bit more interesting as well. So on the back of the house, we are going to extend the roof. So the roof that we have on the front of the house, we're going to extend the stone brick slabs backwards, just like this, right? And then we're going to place stone brick slabs extending in and up, exactly how we have on the front. So we're going to have kind of like a little mini roof on the back of the house, similar to what we have on the front, right? Except it's not as refined. But the thing about this is we actually want to make a little porch. So I'm going to place spruce trapdoors from the glass area to the glass area here on the back. It's up to you how big the porch wants to be. I'd recommend extending out about 3 blocks. I'd use spruce fence. I'd take the left and right sides here and place 1, 2, 3 fence and 1, 2, 3 fence. Extend the right fence inwards so that it sits on the opposite side of the door. Then take the 3 end corners of the porch and add just an extra 2 spruce fence on top of the end block. So just wants to look like this. And then what that will allow us to do is we can extend, and this is tricky to do really, and then we can place spruce trapdoors. We want to have an overhang using spruce trapdoors. Not the easiest thing to place in my opinion, just like this. It's very slow. A lot of crouching involved really, but anyway, I feel like a turtle. So like this and this, and it's just kind of like a nice overhang instead of being all fancy and such, using like proper wood and all of that. We can use I want to make sure it all goes the same way. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so that actually looks really good. On the sides, it will have dipped in a bit, but honestly, I kind of like that shape. So I'm not too displeased about that. And in doing that, we've actually done all of the detailed or we've actually done the mass of the house. All we have to do is add a few details here, there, and everywhere. And to do that, we don't need that much stuff. We need some grass or dirt, we need any kind of leaves, any kind of flowers, we need a hoe, we need a shovel, we need any kind of seeds, we need a lantern, and we need a spruce trapdoor, or several. We actually need lots of these materials, not just singular ones. Okay, so I'm going to use leaves, and I'm going to place leaves in front of the middle part of the house, extending in front of it, leading right and opposite the doorway. I'm going to have leaves extend along the right side of the house, making sure to poke out one row in front of the entrance. I'm going to have leaves extend across the back of the build, and it's going to jut out, and it's just going to kind of sit on the opposite side of the back entrance of the house. I'm also going to have leaves that sit along the left side of the house. It's going to poke out one row in front of the porch area, and it's going to extend forwards, and it's also going to poke out one row in front of the house. We're going to use grass blocks. So grass blocks are going to be placed in front of this area here, so just the little front corner of the house. Gonna stick some flowers. I'm using white tulips because it's just a massive contrast, basically. It's quite a dark house, so white tulips seem like a nice option. Feel free to change that to whatever you like. I'm going to use a shovel to make a bit of a grass path. It's going to be a double wide path that leads from the front of the house here, so from the main entrance. It's just going to jut out to the left a bit. I'm going to place some flowers alongside that path, just like this. That's looking pretty good. If we come to the back of the house, I don't know whether I want to place a couple of flowers in front of this area here. I don't know if that looks goofy. It actually looks fine, but I don't know whether I want them. I'm going to create a grass path leading out from the back entrance, and then I'm just going to hoe the entire rest of this area out. I'm going to place seeds. I'm going to chuck a lantern on the fence, just like this. And in doing that, we have actually pretty much 100% fully completed the outside, and all that is left is for us to decorate the inside. At the start of the video, I said that I'd give you guys a good look at what the inside looks like, just to give you guys some ideas and maybe even a bit of inspiration. So I'm going to go away, I'm going to do that, and then I'll be back right at you in a minute. So this is what your house will look like once it has been 100% fully completed, ladies and gentlemen. We have done absolutely nothing to the outside. I'm actually very happy with how that turned out, but we have a lot of changes on the inside. So hopefully I can give you a little bit of inspiration with maybe what you can put in the house, or maybe the layout. Entering the front door, we have a little lobby area where we can keep our armor, a little bit of storage, and some repair options. I have left this area kind of like closed off, so it is very much kind of like a porch or an entrance. We have a bit of storage in the next room. The middle room is kind of like a room to itself. It's a little bit of storage and also a little bit of a crafting area. And here where we have big house, we have a brewing area, we have a smelting area, more storage, smelting. This also leads us up to the second floor. This is the final room, and in the final room we have beds, we have enchanting, and we have a bit more storage, and we have our nice armor. Kind of a small house, but absolutely can fit everything that you could possibly want in a survival setting. I do hope that you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please do remember to hit that like button, as it really helps me in the channel out very much. If you're new around here, please do consider subscribing and clicking that little bell next to the subscription button. That'll ensure that you get all my videos sent directly to your sub box. And if you do want to make anything else by me, check out the card system description below in the top of the comment section for more. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.